Hello and welcome back. Today we are continuing a look at the Transformers Haslab Robots in Disguise Omega Prime with Ultra Magnus and Optimus Prime. If you saw part one of the video, you know we opened up the box and saw the contents. I haven't transformed any of these yet, but I have taken them out. I've had a quick look. I've put on their accessories and things like that. I thought now we'll start taking a look at the accessories and Ultra Magnus for this video. So first up you get, what's his name? Autobots, Bluebolts, who I believe will transform into a set of weapons. Assuming he doesn't keep falling apart. So here we have Bluebolts. He has a really nice looking head sculpt with some nice molded detail throughout. Because he's a weapon transformer, he kind of just disassembles in parts, but you get bend at the knee, you get full rotation at the knee, you get swivel at the waist, swivel and rotation at the head, rotation and swivels at the arm and elbow, and the guns you can turn around and move about if you so desire. There is also ankle tiltage on this figure. So there we have Bluebolts. Also comes with the sword for Omega Prime. All of this sort of just disconnects and clips apart, so there's not a lot to it. You just take this, clip it in here. These can clip onto the top here, but there is some nice moulding detail, and I really do like that silver paint app through out on the sword here. Then finally we get two base plates for display purposes. They can connect with two pegs here, and they have small little ramp sections which clip on under here. You can also clip on figure display stands. So these will connect to the back of the figures to help them stand. Oh, those on backwards. Now we have Ultra Magnus himself. So when we took him out of the box, we needed to attach this chrome plating here, which just clips on with the Autobot symbol. He rolls really, really nicely. He comes in at about 12 inches, 1 foot. The ramps are unclippable, mostly for transformation, but you can move them out. You can lift up the back ones and fold them over. However, the primary function, what you can do is you can drop the rear of the trailer, unclip these latches here, and then you can actually drop the ramp down. And what is really, really great is you can take another transformer and it will fit onto the back of the trailer, or if you want, it will even fit into the trailer itself, which is a really nice touch. So there we have Ultra Magnus in his robot mode, alt mode even, and he does look great. There's some nice fun features. You can, that's the only bit I find of fiddle, is just getting those bits to clip properly. There we go. Other otherwise this is a really great alt mode. However, the main feature is obviously its transformation. So taking the instructions, this will transform by taking the back trailers, lifting and folding those up, clipping the sides and folding these out, like so, and turn them over, and the wheels will unclasp, and then the legs pull away. We want to put this part of Ultra Magnas to one side for now, and initially we take our cab and put these back into position, like so. Turning this around, we want to drop the ramps and fold these out, fold the ramps in, and these will fold down like so. Will fold down like so, and these will rotate in. Then this one folds back, as does this one, and then we just disconnect the two, which I believe are eventually going to be the legs. I might be wrong though. Then there is a hinge connector here, and you can hear that on a really nice firm ratchet joint. You want to do that on both legs. And you want to take and rotate those bits up as well. So again, really nice ratchet joints. Then the side folds, unclasps, and this section folds out. So I'm just seeing how much room I have on the camera. There we go. And the same this side. So unclasp, fold out, pull the feet down, and then rotate them up and push the feet back. So down, come on, forward, sorry, down, up, back, and then these come back. So it looks like these come down and clasp into the side panels there. And same again this side, down and clip them in, and we have those two. Those two, and then the hip clips together, and there is a peg here and insert here, and they just clip together. It will be loose at the top, but I'm assuming that's to be expected. We put that to one side, and we can move back to our cab. So the chrome front panels, which I can't get over how gorgeous they look. They look fantastic. They really, really do. Unclasp, and this will lift up like so, and rotate the sides back around to cover the top of the cab. Then these panels swing out, and these are supposed to lift up, I think. Yep, then they lift up like so. The wheels fold back. They're a tight fit, so they just push in like so. Then the arms will fold down, and will then rotate around to the front, and there is a peg here and connector here. Same on the other side. Then with this post above the head, we will separate our two ramps. They will lift up off these. Oh no, they push down onto these pegs, do they? Or do they? So they are supposed to push down, and they are a tight fit, so they need to come out at an angle there, and it takes some force to push it down. Once it goes down, it becomes quite sudden, so be mindful of that. And then just get it at the right angle and push it down onto those pegs. And then this will rotate over, so it's like that. And there are two peg holes here which fit into these pegs, supposedly, so that will come down and round, supposedly. Okay, so we have those upside down. That's correct. And down. I just need to do a bit of finagling. It comes in at more of an angle, but that does fit, and it's a nice firm press. Then these will rotate down. Okay, so this back panel slides in, these fold down and clasp into these pegs here, like so. Then with that done, the side panels rotate around and clasp into the pegs. We rotate our arms around and turning this up like so. This panel drops down. We've got a head here, and in here we actually have, I'm assuming it's a matrix piece. It's made of a translucent greenish plastic with a silver paint job on it, and it just clips into the chest plate here. That folds down, head comes up and rotates on this swivel, then comes down like so. Then we take this piece and push this up. There are two peg holes either side here, and there are little notches here which connect all that, and then Ultra Magnus as head just slides and connects here, supposedly. Yeah, there we go. Give that a nice firm press. Then underneath is and then this crotch piece drops down, and we bring in our legs and they slide onto our chest piece like so, supposedly. Okay, they slide under there and into there, and that gives a nice firm lock. And then, with those in place, we have I believe that is it. I believe that is Ultra Magnus. There we have him in his robot mode. He looks nice. I'm not too keen on this gap here. I'm not sure if that's eventually filled in with Bluebolts. We'll have a look in a bit. But otherwise, he does look like a fantastic piece. There is obviously a lot of backpack to him, but he gets some nice jetpacks there, and the wings hold outwards. The inside of the legs look quite hollow, but again, I believe you can put Bluebolt in there to pack it out. It's a solid fit. There's nothing that feels loose or wobbly. Joints are on ratchets, which is really, really nice. Feet come out the back, which give it a nice support so he's not top heavy. The hands look a little small for the figure, but I think that's because the cuffs here more than anything else. But there we have him. So for articulation, the head is on a ball joint, but it's mostly just for rotation. We do get a really nice look at Ultra Magnus's head there. That's a really nice, with some gold painted eyes as well. There isn't any articulation at the waist, but there is a full rotation at the arms. The arms are just on the mushroom pegs, which is standard with transformers. We get a hinge at the elbow and rotation at the bicep. The hands rotate and are on a ball joint, so you can have them out a little better. And oh, okay, so they come out right there. They come out like that, and they do look better that way. Legs will come forward that far. Won't go back that far because of the back, but do have knee articulation can come out, and the foot is on an ankle tilt, so you can get some range of movement in the figure. However, due to his size and the way he's transformed, he isn't the most articulable of transformers. However, it's still looking like a nice piece. Says piece, do something. I don't know what this piece is for, but it looks like the hinges here can lift up. I assume that's for one of the transformations later, but they do hinge up here. But there we have Ultra Magnus, and I'm really happy with him, in my opinion. He looks great. I'm not happy with or too keen on that bit there, but that might be solved in a bit with Bluebolt. We'll see. Otherwise, he looks really good, and I'm really happy with him. So moving on, let's take a look at Bluebolts and how he transforms. So if you drop Bluebolts down, his arms unpeg, back missiles come off, front chest opens, and so does the back one. Head rotates around like this, and then these two close up. Legs come out wide and rotate. Chest then rotates as well, apparently. Okay, so chest rotates, and then the legs come up like this and clip together like so. So it's almost like one of the cassette bots. Then the caps drop down, the feet fold back up, and with a firm press clicking together, missiles go on each end and they get to one side. Our arms drop the connectors, in, then this piece rotates, so that goes in, that rotates, and then that rotates up like that, but you want to keep those that way, so you're rotating solely this forearm here. And it is the same with this one, except rotate it in the opposite direction, so they are like that. Then bringing in our cassette with this one upside down, this will connect into here and here. Okay, so I think that's slightly wrong angle. There we go, that's better. So basically that connector and that post need to be aligned with each other because one connects here and here. They fit into there like so. Same with this side, like so. And there we have, flip him over, lift up that panel, and there we have him in a flight mode, I guess, and like a little drone of some kind. Ultra Magnus cannot hold him there. You can sort of get it pegged on like that, but I think this is supposed to be sort of its drone mode more than anything else. Option B is you essentially take them apart in the same way, except the arm cannons are separate. These pieces come up, and then the body hinges down, and they can then clasp in like so. So you've got him in almost like a tank or a gun turret of some kind. Mode C isn't that dissimilar, except you disconnect the ankles and have these separate like that, so it's almost like a carry case of some variety. Then there are 3 options for Ultra Magnus. First one is taking him back into the original drone mode. B is the 2 separated modes, and C is combining it into this. So let's have a play back with, since we have these partially disassembled, let's take these legs and put these back together like so. One. That's 2. Okay, so legs are unclasped from here, and rotate it that way. Then we put the missiles in and in, and this will connect onto the back somehow. Okay, so it kind of just rests in there, and then the guns fit into the tops of Magnus's wrists, forearms, like so. Combination 1 has these come back, put these back into their original positions, yep, like so. Our guns go back into these positions like so, like so. Then these back panels unclasp and rotate, and they hinge up they supposedly just right. Oh, I see, they go into here and so they plug into two holes here and here, and then Ultra Magnus's thumbs come in and clip into here, and then it will be, I'll see if I can get it done. It's a bit of a fiddly one. Let's see. One. Then Ultra Magnus's thumbs should just to that, like so, supposedly. I don't seem to get this one quite. I'm not going to do it properly, but you get the picture of how it's supposed to look. The problem with Bluebolts is all of the peg pieces are quite loose, which is a problem I find with these part formers in general. There's obviously so that they can be pulled together and put apart continuously without breaking, but it is a slight annoyance. Finally is our full combine mode for the two of them. So if we bring Bluebolts into three 5 pieces. First up is bringing Magnus in and doing the chest piece, lifting the head up, bringing in the body and bringing in the body and clasping it here, dropping the head back down into some kind of position. There we go. And fixing this back into its original place. That already looks so much better. That's probably how if I have this displayed as Magnus, I will probably have Bluebolts combined into it. Next is the legs, which come and hide into here somehow. Right, take out the knees, and these will come and connect into here. No, they come up like so. Try that again. So they right, they come further up by the looks of things. Right, okay. 1 and 2. So these come in and peg in here and here. That comes down. You might find it's easier to push that out first and then fit the legs in and then secure them like so. Then the guns with these pegs come and hide back like so. Same on this side. There we go, they fit in like that. And finally our missiles can fit in here and here. So there we have the weapons stored away. And there we have Ultra Magnus. As I said before, I really like this transformer. He looks really good. Comes together well. The ratchet joints feel secure. You get some nice, well, you get reasonable articulation. Obviously we don't have anything at the waist, which is a little disappointing, but understandable given how this one transforms. Bluebolts packs away nicely. I'm not too keen on the missiles here, but I suppose you can find other places for them if you wanted. You could, pegs are too big to fit there, but you could in theory have them blasting. I mean, you could have them here and here if you wanted. There's plenty of places you could store them. In fact, I might even do that. I quite like that. There we go. There we go. Magnus now has some guns on his chest, and I realise how long that looks. But there we go. It's your figure. You can obviously display it as you want and you need. I hadn't realised, but you can get the arms moving here as well. Otherwise, they just come down and peg into the sides here. So there we go, and there we go. There we have Ultra Magnus in robot mode. Overall, I am really happy with him. He looks like a fantastic transformer. That is easy enough to undo, but I think that's so you can move it about, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. I really love this head sculpt on him. It's simple, it's clean, but the gold eyes really do make this figure pop, and it looks like Magnus should. So there we have Ultra Magnus. As I said, I'm really... Oh, actually, one other thing we can do is connect him onto his display base. I can show the display base. So this comes in like so. And then no, it doesn't. It needs to connect the other way around, like so. And then Magnus comes in and he has a right. There's one hole in his crotch, and this one goes in like that. There we go. So he plugs in like that. He's not quite level with the base. He's almost a millimetre or two off the base, so he's almost floating. But you don't have to have him on the display base if you don't want. He obviously stands really well on his own, but this does allow some additional posability that maybe he wouldn't have had previously. Like, he's just dun, da, 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 da. But there we have him. Overall, I'm really happy with this. I couldn't really have asked for anything else. My only desire would have maybe something to just hide this hole here, but it's been a while since I've seen Robots in Disguise. I can't remember if that's 100% screen accurate or not. It probably is, but there we go. Overall, really happy with them. Glad I went in on this Haslab so far. I'm looking forward to looking at Optimus, which I will do in the next video. But otherwise, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll be back for the next part in this mini series. And finally, stay safe. And remember, freedom is the right of all sentient beings.